So as many of you might already know, in December we got a new chase weapon, the Twaalv weapon series. This weapon series is a 12-star weapon series if it wasn't already obvious from its name literally being a play on the word 12. Anyways, that aside, it's pretty obvious this chase weapon is better than a Tricelio weapon series in terms of damage alone. That's to be expected with a new rarity, of course. I won't tell you to upgrade to 12 either because generally speaking such power isn't really required, and I say this as writing this script a day before Mask Depth release in NGS, but 12 translates to roughly a 2 to 3% power increase from Tricelio, which to anyone doing records is obviously enough to have a substantial advantage, but to the average player it means very little. For that reason, I believe you should stick to Tricelio because there's no telling if later down the line we'll get a Quadcelio or whatever it would be named. But for those that are still looking into buying a 12 and don't know what it does, let's actually get into that. So what does 12 do? 12 has 1247 base attack with the potential of Conquest Unit. Conquest Unit is a very straightforward potential and gives 44% potency increase. On top of providing this increase, while it does not provide any real utility, it does bring to the table 5% more critical hit rate and 2% more potency whenever the enemy is downed. Now that might confuse you as there are many types of downs, so basically the type of down this potential activates on would be physical downs and elemental downs. Part break downs on such as Solus's Rod or basically any downs inflicted onto Dalian's 4 fragments do not count towards potential activation. A good example of what a physical down is would be hitting the legs on Herzig until it kneels over and its car is exposed. That is a physical down. It should be pretty obvious what an elemental down is. Simply match the element to what the enemy is weak to, and if it's a large enough elemental damage is dealt to it, it'll be downed. You can tell if 12 potential is active by a yellow aura around your player, similar to that of Flugar's potential activation. Keep in mind 12 does not stack with other 12s. It's a personal buff. That essentially sums up all you need to know about 12 weapons. It's a good weapon, but it's not required for any content, meaning you can stick to Tricelio as previously stated. Something to note, however, is that unlike previous chase weapons where you were basically required to buy 2 for a multi-weapon, you only need to buy 1 now, as you can spend 1,500 SG on a multi-weapon substitute in the SG shop. I recommend that if you do pursue a 12, you save up for this. Seriously, don't buy the SG, the conversion rate is awful and it's more expensive than AC. Free currency, by the way. So yeah, that's it. Chase after 12, become poor buying a 12, or stick to your current weapon. Those are your current options at the moment. We will obviously get another weapon that those that didn't buy a 12 can upgrade to, but for now, this is all we have for new weapon upgrades. That being said, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.